Hi guys, it's Sandy P. I have a getting to know you tag. This came from Life with Patty. She didn't tag me, but I had also seen Plain Vanilla Grandma. She did it also. Didn't tag me, but hey, I want to do it because I thought it was pretty cool. But before I do this, I have to tell you guys something. Anybody who's on my Facebook page has seen this already. The other day, I was riding my bike around. I'm sorry. And there is a medical supply store just like a couple blocks streets down from me. And I was riding in the parking lot, and the store looked empty. So I decided I was going to go in there because I wanted to see if they sold hospital bed mattresses. I'm keeping my husband's hospital bed. It's a really good frame and everything. The only thing is, even before he passed away, I had talked about trying to get him a new mattress, but insurance wasn't going to cover one, and so I was going to buy one, but he said he was okay with what he had. But I thought, I'm going to keep that frame because it's better than the bed I have. The bed I have, it was given to us also. And so when I move, I want to get a new mattress for that bed and keep his bed. So I walked in the store to see if they had them, what the price range was, if they deliver, all this stuff. I'm not ready to buy one yet. But as I walked in, I saw on the door, they had a sign that they have face masks, gloves, and hand sanitizer. Okay, I make my own masks. Gloves, I don't wear. That's to each their own, but to me, in the store, never mind. I just don't wear them. But I wash my hands all the time. But I needed more hand sanitizer because I keep a bottle in my bicycle basket at all times when I'm riding my bicycle. So, okay, there's one bottle taken out of this. But there were 4 bottles here. I have one, the one that was right here, is in, in my bicycle basket. 75% alcohol. It's made in Texas. I paid more for this than I do for regular hand sanitizer. It was $19.95 for the 4 bottles, but I wanted hand sanitizer. Okay, now for the getting to know you tag. First off, if I'm coughing, I also have a soda so I can drink some. It's my allergies. If you saw my video earlier today, I take the cats outside, and so I sit outside with them and I ride my bike, so I'm outside a lot. And I also have gotten, I don't know if it shows up on bottom, but I've gotten some sun. Okay. This tag, see, I'm going to follow the questions on my phone. Question number 1 is, what is your name and who named you? My name is Sandra Jean. My dad named me. I was the only one of the kids that my dad named. He says I'm not named after anyone. I have an Aunt Sandra and I have an Aunt Norma Jean, but I'm not named after anyone. And it took a while for them to think of my name. Sandra Jean. Okay. Question number 2. How many siblings do you have? Okay. I have 2 sisters, 2 brothers, and then 2 brothers in heaven. My sisters are the oldest in the family and the youngest in the family. And then I have my brothers, the 2 that are in heaven, my brother who just passed away in December from cancer. And then I have a brother who was 15 months older than me, but he only lived a couple hours. And it's because of him that they had me. Then my other 2 brothers, one is the second oldest in the family and one's the second youngest in the family. So those that were living, because David only lived a couple hours, there were 3 boys and 3 girls. So we were a Brady Bunch family. Okay, question number 3. Were you close to your cousins growing up? Some of my cousins, yes. On my mom's side, Mom only had 1 brother, so there were only 2 cousins there. And they were close to my age. One's like 6 months older, 6 months younger than me. My dad's side of the family, there were 8 kids and cousins galore. We had cousins who would come and babysit for us in the summer. Cousins who I went and stayed with them, and we'd go to movies. I had, actually, one of my cousins today's his birthday, and when I was a kid, he was my favorite cousin. So yeah, I was close with my cousins, for the most part. Excuse me. Allergies. Okay, do you have, or did you have a special bond with your grandparents? This is question number 4. Okay, my grandparents. My grandma Hart, it's my dad's side. She passed away when, it was before my younger sister was born, so I was like 3 or 4 when she was born, so I barely remember her. My, Grandpa Hart, when my sister was born, he was the one who came and stayed with us to take care of me and my younger brother. Even though the older kids were there, he came and stayed with us. We actually spent more time at my mom's parents, Grandma and Grandpa Kinnick. Okay, Grandma Kinnick was a teacher, and we tell these stories all the time. She had a closet in one of the bedrooms of the house, and in that closet there would be like Tinker Toys and Lincoln Logs and Legos, but we weren't allowed to play with those. We would get out these buckets of wooden thread spools, and she would save the lids off of laundry detergent bottles, and those were in buckets, and that's what she would have for us to play with. My older sister got to play with paper dolls. We didn't get any of that. Christmas time, oh my gosh, it would be like piles, a mountain-high pile of presents. And there were just like 6 kids in my family, and my 2 cousins. But Grandma, presents galore. Once I got my ears pierced, I always got earrings from Grandma. There would be always some like little Avon, like I think they're called demi-stick, the perfumes, or there were little pins that they had that had little perfumes in those. Grandma would get us those all the time. My cousins and I would get matching outfits. We got matching outfits on Easter too. And when I was little and we'd stay at Grandma and Grandpa's, I always got to sleep with her because she said I was her little bed heater. I guess my feet were really hot when I was a kid. And Grandma being a teacher, in another closet, she had this little blue book that they used for like the spelling bees. I would sit in the closet and I would memorize those words. And then in elementary school, I made it to the county spelling bee. So that's pretty cool. Grandma, she passed away the year that I moved to Maryland to be a nanny. I moved in August, and she passed away in November. I went and saw her the last weekend before I moved. She was in a nursing home. She had like early Alzheimer's, and so she didn't, we didn't know if she remembered us or knew us or anything, but cats are chasing each other. But I went and saw her. When I was in college, on her birthday, I went and I took her a little cake, and I went to visit her there. And Grandma, she would tell the people there, which was so cool. She goes, "This is my granddaughter, Sandra. She's going to Wayne State to be a teacher." The fact that Grandma knew that much and remembered that much was incredible. But Grandma went to Wayne State to be a teacher. My mom went to Wayne State to be a teacher. I was going to Wayne State to be a teacher. My brother went to Wayne State to be a teacher. My sister went to Wayne State, not to be a teacher though. But yeah, and then Grandpa, oh my gosh, my grandpa, he was an auto mechanic. Huge wood pile. We would climb on the wood pile. We'd play with everything in his auto shop. It was kind of cool to put your little sister on a hydraulic pump and see how far up you could pump her. Grandpa had, in his auto shop, he lived in a small town. There's like 200 people in this town. And they had a pink house, coolest house. In his garage, the auto shop, he had a refrigerator there. And in the refrigerator were cans of, this was Nebraska, cans of pop and little like Snickers candy bars or little candy bars. And we'd always have to have someone, we'd go, "Ask Grandpa if we can have candy bar and candy, or candy bar and pop." He would always say yes, but our parents would tell us not to do that. But if his customers, if they would want a can of pop, they had to put change in a bucket that he had on top of the refrigerator. And it was a, you trust everyone type thing. I'm sorry, the cats are chasing each other's. And so there'd be like this bucket of change and stuff. And even before I was in kindergarten, I was counting the change in Grandpa's bucket. Grandpa also played solitaire. And we were playing solitaire before we were in kindergarten because that's what we did with Grandma and Grandpa. My grandpa's name was Frank. Yeah, that's a special name to me. My husband's name was Frank. We got married on May 20th. That would have been my grandpa's 95th birthday. But my grandpa passed away in 1993. It was sudden, unexpected. Okay. Did you enjoy high school? Yeah, I did. I went to a small town school, kindergarten through seniors, all the same building. I went to the same school all 13 years. My kindergarten class had 10 kids. 8 of us were still together our senior year. And I think we had 17 or 18 when we graduated high school. And in a small town, in order to have anything, everybody has to do things. So I was in speech and drama. I played basketball. We had future problem solving. What else did we do? I was in band. I was in chorus until my senior year. And yeah, everybody did everything. And small town school, the best. Okay. Number 6. What are your hobbies? I like to do crafting. I make wreaths. I do cross stitch. I don't know. I just like to try different things. I like to swim. I like to read. I ride my bike. Right now I'm making masks. I love baseball. So I guess those would be my hobbies. Okay, sorry, my phone keeps shutting off. Number 7. What do you do to relieve stress when stressed? I ride my bike. I have anxiety and I have ADD. I have both of those going on. And my counselor has told me that grief intensifies both anxiety and ADD. And there's a couple other things it intensifies, but those are the only 2 that I have. So I have intensified both of those to begin with, since losing my husband. And then with this whole pandemic going on, which also intensifies these same things, so mine is like off the chart. Just to show you my ADD, when we would go to baseball games, in order to focus on a baseball game, I would bring my cross stitch with me and I'd work on my cross stitch. It was the only way that I could focus on the game. I have to be doing something else in order to focus on what it is I'm trying to do. So like the other night, the other night I was working on my masks, making masks. Okay, if you have a lisp, that's really hard to say. And yeah, I have a lisp. I went to speech therapy from kindergarten through 8th grade. In order to focus on making those, I was watching YouTube videos on my tablet, following all y'all, following Facebook on my phone, and at the time, I don't know what I was watching on TV. I may have been watching Gilmore Girls. That's something I watch all the time. Yeah, so I had 3 things going on in order to focus on making the masks. That's my ADD. Okay, my anxiety and my stress, I guess they're sort of intertwined. I will take off riding my bike if it gets to be like so bad. I will just take off riding my bike. The other night, it got really bad, and I just took off. I'll say, okay, I live on like 9th Avenue, and 9th Street, sorry, and east of Central are streets, and then west of Central are avenues. I took off on my bike, only stopping if there was a red light because I was going on the sidewalks. And once I got to where I stopped at, I realized I'm on 19th Avenue. And it didn't even faze me that I had gone. It was just, the stress, anxiety was just that high that I just left. That was, I have to do math. Oh crap. 28 streets, and I think they said like 7 streets is a mile. And so once I realized where I was at, I just go, okay, and I just turn the bike around, run across the street, turn the bike around, rode straight back without stopping again, only at the lights. So yeah, and if the swimming pools were open, I would go swim also, because that's good. That's how I deal with stress, because sometimes when you're stressed out, you will cry. And if you're swimming laps, no one can see you crying because it's wet anyway. Okay. Who is the longest friend you have? That's number 8. Oh, gosh, goodness gracious. Sorry, I apologize for yawning. We were just back in Nebraska in January. Most of you know that's where my husband passed away. And one of the things he wanted to do was to meet some of my friends. So, he met some of my classmates one day, and then the next day were some of my friends that, I grew up with and stuff. Well, the classmates, two of them that were there, we'd been friends, we'd been together since kindergarten. And then the other ones that were there were like 5th grade and 7th grade. Then my friends who came, I knew some of them. They were my neighbors from before I even started kindergarten, and others were my neighbors after I started kindergarten, because we moved when I was in kindergarten. And so, yeah, I have friends from kindergarten and before. That's what happens when you're in a small town. Okay, la 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 la. Okay, number 9. What is your favorite movie? My favorite movie, I love Mamma Mia, and I love Mamma Mia 2. Here we go again. After Frank's stroke, when he was in a coma for 10 days, and I was there every day, night and day with him. But after that, when they told me to go home and sleep, yeah, I didn't sleep. I went home and I put Mamma Mia on the DVD on repeat, and so I'd watch it over and over again. So those are 2 of my go-to movies. It's amazing I can watch them now and not cry, because there's a lot of things that Frank and I did that I can't watch now. I can't do now. But those movies, because they're the movies that got me through stuff. I also love the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I can recite the movie word for word, all 3 of them, which is kind of sad. I can do that with a lot of movies. I can do it with both Mamma Mia's. I also like the Ghostbusters, the remake, the one with the female characters and not the men. I like Hairspray. Okay, I like Grease too. Okay, I also like Grease, but Grease too. Okay, my phone's making weird stuff. What is your favorite book? I really don't have a favorite book. I read anything and everything that I pick up. Right now, though, I'm having a problem reading anything I read. It has to be lighthearted. I used to go to Dollar Tree and just buy books, because I'd pick up a book, I got a book for $1. But now I'm looking at some of the books that I have from Dollar Tree. They're either serious or they're like a tearjerker. That I can't do right now. I can't do serious books. I can't do like mysteries or things like that. I can't do those right now. So I need lighthearted books right now. So that's basically what I'm doing. Okay. Favorite thing to do on a stormy day. I hate with the capital H, capital A, capital T, capital E. Hate stormy days. I grew up in Nebraska. There are 3 things that I'm terrified of. Mice, snakes, and tornadoes. So even when the wind starts blowing here, it starts raining, I don't like it. I Yeah, I used to have Frank to comfort me when those happened. I don't know what I'm going to do now during a stormy day. I don't know. Okay, favorite thing to do when the weather is perfect. Oh, man. Ride my bike. Go swimming. If the pools were open, I would be swimming. Sit outside with the cats, which I've been doing. And they're fighting. Oh. Yeah, okay. Number 13. Do you prefer the big city or a small town? This is so funny. I always said that I was small town girl born to live in the city. I grew up in a town of like 700 people. Small town. Everybody knows everybody. After my sophomore year of college, I moved to Germantown, Maryland. Germantown, which if it were incorporated, would be like the second or third largest city in Maryland. I got married and I moved to Washington, D.C. 12 years ago, we moved to Phoenix, Arizona. Now in September, my lease is up at the apartment and I'm going to be moving. I'm deciding between Germantown, Maryland and small town in Nebraska, or maybe Lincoln, Nebraska. That would be the city in Nebraska that I would move to. Otherwise, I'm looking at 2 small towns in Nebraska to move to. But growing up, small town was the best. As an adult, I love the city. But I may be moving back to small town. Okay. Number 14. What is the first thing you want to do when the virus is over or under control? I want to hug people. I'm going to cry. I want to be around people. I'm dealing with a whole bunch of crap. Trying to do therapy and counseling, on here. I need to be around people. And then after that, oh gosh. Right now I'm supposed to be in Maryland. I'm supposed to be flying back tomorrow. But because of all this, that trip was canceled. I'm supposed to go to Nebraska the beginning of June. Both the times were to look for jobs, look for housing, just to see where the feel is right, where I want to live. But the part of Nebraska that I'm going to be going to, where my small town is, they're going to have their shelter in place type things, and they're not opening up until at least May 31st. So I'm thinking that trip might be in jeopardy too. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was the questions, all 14 questions on this getting to know you tag. I'm not going to tag anybody. If you want to do it, do it. There's another tag, Mike. He just did another one this morning, I just saw it this morning. And he tagged a couple people, but he said if anybody wants to do it, they can do it. And so that one I'm going to try to do a little bit later. I'm going to try to put the questions on here. Thing is, I don't know if I can copy it from my tablet to there. Anyway, I will try. Hope y'all having a great day. It is Sunday night. It's probably still close to 100 degrees here. In Phoenix, we hit 102 today. That's why I went and got some sunscreen too. So, sorry. Hope you're having a great day. Staying safe, staying sane. And I'll talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.